Chad Simmons at Rivals.com, joined by Rivals 250 quarterback Luke Altmyer from Starkville, Mississippi. Luke, we see the hoodie. That's Ole Miss. At one time, you might have had some FSU gear on earlier this year. But let's just get right to that. You know, you committed to Florida State. I think it was February 3rd, 2020.
Yes,
So now here we are, 10 months and 1 day, December the 4th. You announced you commit to Ole Miss, an in-state school. You were just in Oxford, which is different now, visits now compared to years past for sure. But you were in Oxford this past weekend, came back, decommitted from Florida State, now have committed to Ole Miss. Let's start with how long has this been weighing on your mind to make this change?
Yeah, it's been a long fight. It really has, through the whole 2020 process. February 3rd was a good day for me. I committed to Florida State. And my commitment has been pretty strong, throughout the year. But as the back end of the year has progressed, the season has gone on. It's kind of been weighing on my mind. Is this Florida State really a place I wanted to be? And I was looking at Ole Miss really hard, and they've been pursuing me very, very strongly for such a long time. And I'm so appreciative of that. And Ole Miss has done great things, and Florida State. They've done some good things too, and I think they'll keep growing and getting better. And through Mike Norvell's coaching term, and whatever you may call it. But at the end of the day, I thought Ole Miss was the right spot for me.
When would you say, you said kind of on the back end of the year, when would you say maybe it really started to become, I guess, serious thoughts about changing from Florida State to Ole Miss? Was it, early in the season, just in the last month? When would you say it really started getting serious for you?
I guess, as the season went on, seeing Ole Miss's, their production, their efficiency, what Matt Corral has done in that offense and what the offense has done in general, what Lane Kiffin and Coach Levy bring to the table, with their first year being in the SEC West, which is such a tough division, seeing some of their success and, where I think that program will be in a couple of years and how it will grow. That's kind of what I saw. And, obviously Florida State, they haven't been doing too well, but, as the season kept going on, definitely that's when kind of things really got hard for me.
Talk about that offense. Obviously you talk about that, what, Kiffin, Levy, and that staff in Oxford has done offensively, through Matt Corral. Still mixing in some Plumlee runs and plays athletically as well. Talk about, is that the main part of your decision here, is to go play in that system under Kiffin and Levy?
I don't think it's the main part at all. I think, a lot of things went into it. A lot of pros, came with Ole Miss, obviously an in-state school, with the situation, it being with COVID, not being able to go on visits, especially, far off, to Florida State, Tallahassee, it's a long way away, and not being able to, get that real feel of official visit and stuff like that. That kind of played a role into it. But on the offense, Kiffin, they produce. I mean, they're going to put their playmakers in the right spots, and they're going to get their playmakers the ball. And Matt Corral has done such a good job. Last year he kind of had one foot out the door, and this year, I mean, he's been incredible, and that just goes to show, Lane Kiffin and Levy's offense and what they can do, and how they put their playmakers into positions to succeed has been really, really fun to watch, and I feel like I can fit right into that.
Yeah, you're a mid-year guy. You're an early graduate, so you'll be just over a month or so from now, you'll be moving to Oxford. Have they talked with you yet about kind of how they see you fitting in to the scheme? Do they compare you to a Matt Corral type? I mean, what have they talked to you about how you project under their coaching style?
Yeah, it's funny you say that. They really do compare me to Matt Corral and what he does, being able to, obviously throw the ball at, such a high level with accuracy and, pace and velocity. But the way he moves, the way he can make plays out of the pocket, way he can, pick up a first down, design runs with him. They see me doing the same things, and they think I can really excel and, do some really, really cool things, with them.
Yeah, I don't think people realize or understand or even appreciate to an extent just how athletic you are. People I think about you that you're just a, pro style drop back passer. They don't, They can probably just turn on your huddle, I think, and maybe the first play, I believe it is, you take off going like 70 or 80 yards for a touchdown run.
Yes, sir.
So you answer those questions pretty quick if people don't know about you. But talk about your skill set. Obviously you hear from, Kiffin, Levy, even analysts like myself, you like this about you, or you can improve in this area. If you were breaking yourself down for the Ole Miss fans that are watching this, what are they getting in you?
I think they're getting a really accurate guy, great leader, a guy who's really – has that it factor intangibly. I think, each and every year I've grown so much mentally. I'm a student of the game, athletically. I mean, you can turn on my film in the first couple of plays, it's that, like you said, 80-yard run or, a 50-yard run or whatever it may be. So I feel like, the doubters who say I can't move or not mobile, that kind of puts them in their place. So I can do pretty much anything. I think my feet, is one of the things that stands out about me. I take a lot of time to perfect my craft and that aspect of the game.
How different was going back to where we started, kind of taking that trip to Oxford last weekend? Obviously, like you said, you can't go get the face-to-face time. You can't be walking through the facilities. You don't get the full game day environment. You don't get the crowd noise. It's different, but what did you maybe take away outside of that hoodie you picked up in Oxford? What did you take away from that visit this past weekend in Oxford? How key was that in maybe just solidifying things for you going to Ole Miss?
It was definitely key. Obviously, I mean, the games I went to, the South Carolina game and the Egg Bowl, I mean, they did really good. The South Carolina game, Matt Corral put up, record numbers and, the same as the Egg Bowl. I mean, they did incredible, but obviously it wasn't the same. The feel wasn't the same, but luckily, with me being close, my sophomore and junior year, I kind of got to feel that, that real atmosphere on a game day or, my first 2 years of high school. And when I got that offer, I was able to take that visit and, kind of get in the meeting rooms and do that kind of stuff. And even before COVID hit, I took a trip up to Ole Miss and got to sit down with Coach Levy, the offensive coordinator, and talk to Coach Kiffin. And so I've had that relationship for a little bit. So it's been good, but, obviously, the situation with it's been tough. But, I'm excited to where it can be.
Yeah, you set me up perfectly for the last question to close it out. I mean, what are you most excited about when you think about now your future, at Ole Miss as a quarterback under a guy like Lane Kiffin, under his assistant like OC Jeff Levy? What are you most looking forward to? Obviously, 2020 has been a difficult year for many, many people in this world across this country with recruits, on multiple levels for you guys trying to figure out where you want to be the next 3, 4, 5 years. Without taking those face-to-face, which is a lot of times key visits for you guys and making that decision. But now 2020's hopefully for the better coming to an end and moving into 2021, which I think will be a much better year for all of us. What are you most excited about when you think about or envision yourself at Ole Miss this time a year from now, ending your, freshman season?
Yeah, growing up in Starkville, Mississippi, honestly growing up a Mississippi State fan, I never really saw myself in the red and blue and being a Rebel, but, the SEC is, all I've ever known. And ever since I can, remember, it's always been a dream, to play on Saturdays in the SEC, especially in the SEC West, against the best competition. You're on TV, every single Saturday. It's going to be really cool. Obviously being in state, hopefully being, the face of this state, for a couple years will be, incredible. And I'm super excited, to be close to home. It's going to be really comfortable for me. And, just really excited for the future.
Well, congratulations, man. It's been a pleasure covering you through the recruitment. I mean, obviously we've all had some ups and downs, here in 2020. You're ending the year definitely on a high, though, signing with the in-state school, playing, like you said, your dream to play in the SEC, going to play for Lane Kiffin and the Rebels, man. Luke, congratulations. Thanks so much for your time. Best of luck for signing day approaching and in the future in Ole Miss, man. Thank you.
Thank you so much.